here we are with what I hope right now is consistent chapter 7, like the merchant skip in chapter 7. This is a whole fucking mess, this potential soft lock that comes with the skip, but I'll try my best to explain what I think happens and how to, I think, avoid the soft lock and still get the skip. So what I'm talking about in general is the mission, like 3/4 into chapter 7, where we freed Richard Northberg. We deliver him to his island, exchange him for a letter. Then the cursed merchant ship spawns, and we have to chase it to destroy it and retrieve the ingredient of the witch's ingredient. Now, what you can do, and that's really what the skip is about, you can spawn the ship but not make it move. Which has to do, as far as I understand, which has to do with how close your ship is to the spawn point of the merchant's ship. So if you're close enough, I think it's close enough. It could also be a corridor where you have to be. Either way, depending on your position, the ship will not move. Which is of course very handy, because the ship not moving means you can destroy it much quicker. I almost abandoned hope, but I knew I could rely on you. So if we go out of our way and then do all the dialogue stuff, you see the ship is kind of stuck in place, and even if we attack it, it doesn't move. Very handy. Now, there are two parts to this skip. The first part is getting the ship to spawn in the first place, which has been a problem for me in the past. Because you can have the ship not spawn. I can try to show it off. I can't softlock consistently. But as I said, I can try. Let's see. No, I didn't get it. That's the thing. I don't fully understand when the softlock happens. But I know it has to do with timing. If there's it's like if there's not enough time between two actions, most likely the letter, like handing in the letter and skipping the one dialogue which makes the ship spawn. If there's not enough time which has passed, the ship can't load in or something. As I said, I don't fully understand it, but at least I'm fairly certain I can make this work consistently. Yeah, it still spawns, whatever. So I'll show what I do, and I'll explain why I think this is consistent.
We are here at last. Pray to God,
you're handing the letter.
Still with us, and that he will grant.
And then the dialogue which makes the ship spawn
Done some research.
Is this one. There is, however, hope, and so forth. Like, once this dialogue appears and the game is able to load the ship, it will load the ship. And finally, and that's the whole point of this video, other than explaining that I understand very little about this, is to show what I do to make this work, as I said. So, what I will do is I will not skip any dialogues at any point. I'll just hand in the letter. Then I'll position myself to ensure that this ship gets stuck. What I found works best is position yourself close to this, like the white part at the bottom here of the mountain. Like go here. This does work. You can also go further. Like anything to the left of this diagonal line here will work in making the ship stuck, from what I found. It's just, if you're here, you're far enough away so the ship gets stuck, but you're close enough that once you skip the whole dialogue, make sure the ship spawns, you attack right away. So here, you see the ship spawns and I attack right away. That's why this is kind of a sweet spot. Of course, it's kind of risky if you are too close to your warehouse. The ship will move. But that's part 2. That's the position.
Oh,
Okay,
heaven.
and then part 3 is the timing, and that's the most tricky
When I
part.
noticed where
Oh, that's the
Fortress
part
was
where my
taking me,
understanding
I almost
fails. Like,
abandoned
this whole position
hope.
thing, fully consistent, makes
knew I
100% sense. On, like, the ship moves or the ship doesn't move.
Rely on you.
Now, for the timing, what I do is, after delivering the letter, I wait for 2 seconds. If you're doing a run and you have life split running, you can just look at the timer, 2 seconds, and that's when I will skip all the dialogue that has accumulated. So like here. Well, I didn't wait 2 seconds because I paused, so there was no pause. But in principle, that's what I do. I'll do it once without pause, and you'll see how it works.
Taking me.
Here,
I almost abandoned hope.
0,
But I
1,
knew I could rely
2.
on you. We have.
Then didn't position it 100%, but still works. Let's do it once or twice more. It's for myself. It's just a sanity check because I fucking hate this skip.
A combined effort.
Nothing makes
enabled
sense.
them to
Saved
evade.
me. Oh, heaven. I
Okay.
thank
Right, you can see on the minimap as soon as
When I noticed
the
where Fortress
blue
was
dot
taking me,
disappears, that's
I
also
almost
when you
abandoned
get the
hope.
letter.
I knew I could rely on you.
2,
We have.
and the ship spawns. Okay, one last time. So as I said, that's sufficient to avoid the soft lock. It's not necessary.
Combined effort enabled
I've also had attempts where I delivered the letter, meshed through the dialogue right away, and the ship spawned.
Oh, heaven.
But
I
the longer
thank you.
I wait, the more
When I
consistent it
noticed where Fortress
seems
was
to
taking
become.
me, I almost
So
abandoned
that's why I
hope.
think it's a loading issue.
I knew I could rely on you. We are here at last.
2,
Pray to
Mike,
and there we go. Yeah, the reason why I think it's timing based and not based on like what dialogue plays when exactly is that I've clicked through the dialogues rather slowly. I've meshed through them. It like the only constant seemed to be the time between handing in the letter and the game wanting to spawn the ship. That's my conclusion, really. Of course, there might be a way to optimize this to avoid this waiting period, but until such a thing exists, I will do this. Because I don't want a softlock here anymore. Get me the fuck out of here.